Hello. So we have only begun to address the problem that is frankly embarrassing amount of fabric that I have in this room and really need to do something about. However, slight problem, mostly I was assuming I'm just going to be making a lot of LARP kit. That's the most logical thing to do. Some of these fabrics are suitable for wearing in my everyday wardrobe, but let's be honest, a lot of them aren't. We're going to be making lots of fun costumes. Fun costumes live in this room. You can see many of them behind me here. You will also notice that this is very full. So, in short, before we can fill up this room with LARP kit instead of fabric, we need to make room for the LARP kit. And adding more storage into this room is not super plausible. It's quite a full room. I need some way of this taking up less space. Luckily, this is a problem I've had before. Let's head over to my spare room and I can explain what's going on. You're coming too, right? So this probably doesn't look significantly less messy than the room we just left, because it's not. My life is chaos, and I don't care what anyone says. It's overstimulating, and I don't like it. But when my Lolita wardrobe was hanging up on hangers, it took up basically this entire room. That didn't make any sense and was super unsustainable, so I came up with what I thought was a genius solution. That was these guys, vacuum bags. Basically, you put all of your clothes, blankets, duvets, whatever you want, into these bags, seal them up, and then there's a valve that you open, stick the hose of your vacuum cleaner over that, turn it on, it sucks all of the air out. You can close that valve back up again, and you now have a bag full of clothes without any of the air in it, or not very much air in it. Because of this, they're now way easier to pack, and so my entire Lolita wardrobe, which has expanded since it was hanging up on several clothing rails in this room with no more space to expand, it all now fits into currently 5 of these big fabric storage bags that are meant for storing unused bedding or taking stuff down to the laundry or whatever it happens to be. However, I almost immediately had a different problem, which is that I couldn't find anything that I wanted to wear. I am very much one of those people where if I can't see it, it might as well be gone. Therefore, when it came to pulling out one dress to wear, I was looking through all of these vacuum-packed bags going like, what's that one? What's that one? What's in this bag? Have I accurately remembered what the thing I want to wear looks like? What have I forgotten out of my wardrobe is even there? So that continued to be a problem for a little while until I figured out a solution for that one too. And that is these guys. These are NFC tags. They're not expensive. I think I paid about £12 for 50, and a lot of smartphones will read them automatically. Right now I can immediately just hold my phone against the tag and it will bring up whatever you've programmed into it. For me, it's a link to. I'm not very high tech. I literally have a cloud drive. There's a folder for each tote, and in that there's a folder for each bag, and within each bag I've got either photographs or PDFs of everything that's in there. The PDFs are because for a lot of the Lolita that I've ordered, I've got the stock photos, as well as all the information about like what size it is, when I bought it, how much it cost. There's also a bunch of stuff that I've bought secondhand or in person, and for those I just took a photo because that's not as easily available, it's not as relevant. Doesn't matter. It's about as low-tech a high-tech solution as you can get. But it means that if I'm trying to figure out what I want to wear, I can browse through the cloud drive on my computer and then go and find that specific bag. Or if I pick up a bag and I'm like, what's in here? I can, boop, immediately find out what I've put in that bag. It's not perfect. I still struggle a bit with the whole just forgetting stuff. There are some extra steps between just having things where I can look at them and being able to browse through pictures on my computer or on my phone on account of having gone through some things already. It's not as good. If I could have a walk-in wardrobe for everything, that would be incredible. However, it's never happening. This is the next best option. And I think something like this is going to work great for my LARP kit. So these are the tags. Like I said, they come like 50 to a box. Each individual one is super small. I don't know if you can get ones without, but the ones I get have a sticky backing. Normally I just stick them to a little paper tag like that, and then I can stick the paper tag into the bag. That works great for me. When it comes to writing the tags, you just need an app. This is the one I use. It's called NFC Tools. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's literally the first one I found. There are a bunch. They don't need to do anything fancy, so just find one. So if I go to write and then add a record, you can put in lots of different things: text, URL, social network links, a file, a phone number. I've seen people use these to like share their social media accounts with people in public. I don't know that I'd read an NFC tag from someone I didn't know. So for most of these, I'm going in and I'm putting a URL for the cloud drive that has all of the pictures in it. Pop up and say write, then you just hit write, and just like that. And then you don't have to use the app to read them. You just boop that and it'll pop up and say open, and then it'll open it. The problem with tidying out your accumulated stuff is that you remember how much really cool stuff you have. Check this out. Fully lined in linen. It's got big pockets in it. Needs a couple of little repairs. I should find a reason to wear this again. It's the problem with making stuff for characters that you then don't ever get to play again. Okay, so the good news is I was wondering where this had got to. I found the pictures of when I finished it the other day. I never wore it for anything. The bad news is that I don't think it fits me anymore. In particular, I've definitely developed more, like it was probably tight on the shoulders as it was, and I have definitely developed more arm and shoulder muscles since then, so I am gonna hulk out of this thing. We shall see. Don't know what's gonna happen to that. Oh yeah, who remembers this? That was a good video. This is a really good tunic. It's unfortunately just like a little bit too weird to wear day to day, by which I mean I'm not sure I can wash this. Will someone please run a high fantasy LARP? No one wants to wear sad brown tunics in a muddy field, okay? Let us be knights and princesses and wizards. This is one of those random pieces that I made during like early lockdown. I have actually worn it to a LARP. Just goes to show, when in doubt, surcoat. This is actually prompting me that for the surcoat video I should revisit what I did with this, because this is extremely successful and I think that that would make a really good surcoat video. I'm working on it, I promise. This is a really classic example of don't look too hard at the interior. Like, don't look at the interior at all, really, please don't do that. I think this is actually that one coat pattern that is not Once Upon a Time, but it's a costume from Once Upon a Time, that I've remade like 12 times, just without the bottom. Anyway, I had to be a dashing hero. No, I was a trash bard, and we all knew I was a trash bard. It was fine, it was cool. It was the perfect opportunity to wear a cropped bright red jacket with so many ribbons on it. I think there's like 10 meters of ribbon on here, because I had 10 meters of ribbon and I was just like, well, I'm going to use all of it. So I was playing a game that was like, armor has to cover your chest. I would normally not play a game of this type, but there we go. And this was a problem because I don't know if you've ever tried to get armor for someone with a 32-inch chest, but it's not very easy. So this is what I came up with instead. The main thing, it's not fitted at all. It's just got lacing down the sides. It's made of a wool melton, which is very hard wearing, doesn't stretch. And then this is a chainmail cast iron pan scouring pad off Amazon. Obviously they're very, very fine chainmail, and like if you wanted to make a whole chainmail shirt out of them, it'd be real expensive. You would genuinely be cheaper buying an actual chainmail shirt. But when all you want is like enough chainmail to cover your chest and you're not going to worry about the rest of it, cannot recommend highly enough. This is another early days of lockdown throwback. This is, I think, based on, was it Yule? It might be Yule who did a aesthetic slash reform dress challenge. Put up a pattern, it was super simple. I was like, I could make that. And so I did. I remember it's got a snap in the back that's holding this pleat. Either it's too tight or it's in the wrong place, because I was just popping it open all of the time. And I've indeed popped it open twice, just putting this on, which I think is why I don't, other than the fact that this is silk, why I don't wear this very much. I also made detachable sleeves for it. Oh no, it's potentially another thing in the category of did not anticipate how much my biceps are going to bulk up in the next several years. No, if I pull them down to there, pull them down so this just touches the tip of my shoulder, then actually I do have a reasonable amount of flex in them. And the button lines up with my wrist there, so maybe that is what I intended. I definitely don't remember these being this tight. Oh no. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be showing you this yet. This is a video I didn't finish. Working on it. As you can see, I've been busy. Okay, this is mildly silly actually, hang on. So as you can probably guess, I have a long way to go. I think this is a really great strategy that's going to solve a lot of my problems, not all of them, but a lot of them. Obviously the big downside with this kind of storage is that it's not as immediately accessible as having your clothes in a drawer or a cubby or on a rail. That's the kind of thing that matters a lot for my like day-to-day wardrobe, not so much for giant ball gowns with cathedral length trains. I'm gonna know in advance if I need to wear one of those. It's not a whim. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to keep the YouTube gods happy. Follow me on Tumblr if you'd like to stay in touch. I'm considering a return to TikTok, figuring that one out, but maybe. And down in the description box you'll find a link to my Ko-fi page where you can make a one-off or recurring donation, or you can become a member of the channel. Members get early access to all of my videos, a couple of fun extra perks, and a monthly blog which currently is mostly about books I've read. I'm still working on January's, but very excited to talk to you about K-pop romances and James Triptree. Those two things aren't connected, I just read both of them. No matter how you choose to support the channel, I really appreciated it because I couldn't do what I do without your help. And now I have like 8 years worth of LARP kit that I need to sort out, so dream big. I'll see you next time.